today we'll be talking about tracking e-commerce sales and phone call attribution. A lot of people have this problem, and the problem is the fact that most businesses do not track their phone calls, and they just have their salespeople take these phone calls, and they can't really put it back into an online system or a tracking system or an e-commerce system. So if you are selling an expensive product like expensive watches, or if you're selling furniture, or if you're selling something that requires more nurturing over the phone, you have to be tracking that back to your platform. So let's talk about the technology a little bit, Joe, because you worked on a lot of projects that have to do with tracking phone numbers. What is the available technology right now that is able to do that?
Yeah, so there are tons of softwares out there that provide you with trackable phone numbers. These trackable phone numbers are pretty expensive. The solution itself is pretty expensive. Mm-hmm. The more numbers you get, the more expensive it gets.
We're talking about dynamic phone tracking.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple tools out there. Off the top of my head, there's Dialog Tech, which is pretty big. And pretty much what it does is it gives you a trackable phone number that you can then place on a landing page. Mm-hmm. And you can attribute any lead that comes through that landing page, places a phone call that then moves and completes an order. However, this solution still has limitations. Mm-hmm. One of the largest limitations being there's no way to track any organic, visitors that come to your site.
Yeah. So you can track organic visitors as a whole. You can say this order or this phone order came from organic.
Correct.
But you can't really tell which page, which landing page, which product page it came from.
So actually, it's the opposite. Mm-hmm. I can tell you what landing page that individual was on because that number was only on that landing page.
Okay.
But I can't tell you what individual placed an order organically that made a phone call.
I got it. So if I have 10,000 products, how many dynamic phone numbers will I need?
To attribute it to each and every product?
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's where the challenge becomes, I think. You're looking at thousands of dollars per month, right? So the only technology, and Google has that as well. Google AdWords, if you want to create specific campaigns and ads, Google AdWords allows you to actually attribute a phone number. I think they use Google Voice and they integrate with a couple of different third parties. You can do that. But that only works mostly for lead generation businesses. It doesn't work for e-commerce. If you especially have hundreds and thousands of products and you're doing Google AdWords and you're doing Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and you're doing all these different things, you're doing shopping comparison, you're doing shopping.com, Google products, you're doing affiliate, becomes almost impossible. And that's where the technology, we believe, has limitations, especially for small size businesses. And small size, I'm talking about anybody that basically does less than $10 million. You don't really want to go and spend thousands of dollars to be able to attribute your phone order.